Alrighty. I was having some issues with my setup yesterday. I had just gotten the camera cord in for this guy, and unfortunately, because it's an old camera and it has some old drivers and whatnot, I had to go to the website, try to download something to try to get the read for it, and well, turns out it's too old. So I know what I gotta do. I got it at least hooked up to the computer so I can record off of that and then pull it from the computer and then upload it to my editing software and all that fun stuff. So this is not really the style of different makes that we're going to be doing this month. But at the same point, I figured it might be useful to kind of get an idea of how this setup is going. So, I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that really wouldn't find this useful, but there's probably some people that might be interested in starting like YouTubes and whatnot. YouTube channels, maybe different channels, etc. and so on, that might find this information useful. Because it's like, yeah, kind of where my mind was at when I first tried to do videos, is it's like, I can't possibly do anything other than I had uploaded some of the videos that I had of different drawings that I did. And it's like, I gotta be able to do something a little better than this. So I just kept working at it. Came up with everything that you saw during Gameween. And I was like, I want to try harder. I want to try something new. And it's like, that's when I was like, okay, I've got to figure out this recording setup, and I got it angled down so I can work right there and do, like, I was wanting to try to do, like, I have a bunch of different stuff for jewelry making, and I do want to kind of get back into, I used to play around with a lot of jewelry making, paracord crafts, etc. and so on, and it's like, I even have like some sculpting stuff that I haven't played with in forever that I was like, you know, this would be a good opportunity to get back into it and try again. And film it this time, because I might be able to film what I was doing wrong. And maybe make it better, or maybe I film it and it turns out great. And I was thinking either way, same thing is for the reasoning of this video, is it's like, either way the information that I put out should actually be useful for somebody. I mean, maybe not everybody. Most people would find this more entertaining than it's like, well, I didn't use duct tape, but close enough, right? But, yeah, it's like, I was thinking, I just put this one out to start as like I covered up a lot of the branding, etc. and so on, because that's really not what's important. The fact of the importance of this is moreover the fact that it's like, I got this little arm here was a like desk lectern thing that I just repurposed, put the little lapel mic on it, and that's the mic that I've been using. And it's like, this is a pretty basic desk setup. The computer down there, the original monitor here. And I added this a little while ago so I could get the Xbox up here. And it's like, eventually I gotta get a couple of I can't find the original storage device for that. Apparently it didn't have one. That was part of the issues that I had with that. That's a story for later. That's a story for later. But yeah, all I gotta do is figure out how to get the storage for that so I can actually make its updates, etc. and so on. And I did learn that in order to capture off of that, I need something else. So, it should be a pretty cheap process. I'll let you know how that goes. Well, you'll also see how that goes if I eventually end up managing to put out videos in regards to that, because I'm kind of behind in the times as far as gaming goes, and it's like I really would love to go back and play a lot of the stuff that I used to play. And I'm sure there'd be some folks out there that probably get a nice brush of nostalgia with, like, the original Assassin's Creed, because everybody knows that it didn't go so well after 4. Yeah. I have no idea what happened to... I have the first Portal. I have no idea where that went. I'll have to find that. But when I do, yeah. We'll go through Portal 2. That sounds like so much fun. I love that game. It's so hard to play nowadays for me, because I have really bad coordination. But it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I had this set up. The funny part is these lights. I got the switch under here, so you just hit this, and then you can actually have some decent lighting in the work area. But this was like some old lights that I picked up a while ago at IKEA just for the heck of it. It was just for fun. But yeah, I was able to repurpose that. The only suck part is I tried to tape them up here with this carpet tape that I picked up a while ago for a different reason. And it didn't really hold, hence the giant binder clips. But this was the style that I was going with, is it's like, I don't have the nice stuff to make this a proper setup, but I certainly can just have fun with it. And that was why I figured I'd make this video, is it's like, anybody out there that has the inclination to do anything like this, you don't need to spend a lot of money. You just use what you got, because this is basically the situation that we had prior. That was the computer, that was the monitor, and then I just added everything else to it. I mean, the old sound system too, I gotta do something about that. I have a speaker system that I got for free, so I'll have to set that up. But yeah, it's like, just because you don't have the setup that you want for doing various different things, and this can apply to so many different things, you can come up with, as funny as it may be, a setup that should actually work for you. I mean, in this case, it was a recording setup. And like I said, although I have problems with... I really wanted to just be able to hit record from the computer and pull that off of off the camera, but I can't. But I can literally just do what I've been doing, which is record from that device, send it to the computer, and edit it. So, yeah. And the nice thing is, like I said, is like you take that same ideology with the whole use what you got, you can come up with something. And the next thing you know, it's like whatever setup you need for whatever you want to do. My throat is weirding out. Whatever setup you need for whatever setup you're trying to do, is like whatever you're trying to do. Crafting, you want to record games and play games and throw them up on YouTube, throw them up. But yeah, stuff like that. It doesn't matter. Use what you got. It may seem goofy, but it's like, I love the phrase, if it's stupid, but it works, It's not stupid. So if it works, and it really doesn't seem like it should, but it works, then just go for it. So yeah, that was basically today's video. It's like, even if it seems stupid, just try it, see if it works, and if it works, then just go with it until you can make it better. Gotta learn the ins and outs of it, because as I've been working with this, I've kind of learned my limitations, hence the reason why I've started trying to incorporate this aspect into it, because my limitations were I could only really screen record, I couldn't record anything else, so it's like, how do I do craft videos? And well, now I can do craft videos. And the limitations of this is it's like, it's a decent microphone, I will give it that. It was just a cheap little lapel mic that came with a better microphone, but I didn't have the setup to use the better microphone. So this has been working, and I've learned the limitations of it. I've also partially broken it, and it's kind of on its last legs, but it's working. That's like I said, if it's not supposed to work but it works, then just keep going. So it's like, yeah, it does its job, and when that doesn't really work for me, I've got the actual microphone over here, and I just gotta figure out there's another cord for that I should be able to plug into the computer and get that to work. So it's like, yeah, it's a really stupid setup, it's a really funky setup, it's kind of goofy, but it works. I've run a couple of tests on the filming like that with I was playing around with the lens cover. We'll flip the light on, and it's like, yeah, should work. I think for the most part I got all of the cords out of the way. May have to rework that a little more, because unfortunately these cords kind of keep falling down, so it's like a constant struggle of trying to rework them to where they actually kind of do what they're supposed to do. But yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, and there we go. But yeah. It is goofy, it is silly. Nobody's usually gonna see this unless I do a video like this, so if it seems embarrassing, you don't have to tell anybody what your setup looks like, but I wanted to because I wanted to inspire anybody out there that's like, yeah, you don't think you have the right setup, you don't think you have the right stuff, and you're like, yeah, I would like do YouTube, I would do crafting stuff, I would do this, but I just don't have it. It's like, you do. Just figure out what you have and what you can try to make out of what you have, and you can make it work. It may not be great. I mean, look at this. I'm holding my camera up with a piece of plastic that came from, like, I think if I remember correctly, this was a little thing that you put in the ground that has, like, a label on it for your plants. And it just so happened to work to where it was like I was able to tape this aspect and try to keep it under here. So it holds the front end of this up, the top end, and I weighted the tripod down that I got this thing connected to with a weight vest that I got on clearance from Walmart a while ago. It's stupid. It's really stupid. But it works. I tested it. You'll see the videos from it. So, yeah. That's basically the spirit of Makesgiving that I was wanting to try to get to was the whole idea of it's like, it doesn't matter how stupid it might be. Just try it. You might like it. And it may be stupid, but it might work. Just check it out. It's like, yeah. Got trash can, computer. That's another project that I gotta work on, but yeah, that thing of once you start, all these different projects start pouring in, and it's like, you gotta figure it out, man. You just gotta figure it out, because it's like, that in and of itself, once I figure out this project, this is a keyboard, MIDI, and I got the mini adapter box and all that fun stuff, and if I can figure out how to get that working, I can make better music. Because that's the other thing is, I might show you, it's like, I'm not a music person. I don't know the first thing about, you know, music theory, etc. and so on. But I've just kind of slapped some things together for videos, because I know what I want to hear on a different video, so I just make it. So I might show you how that goes, and I will tell you what, if I get that fixed, somehow, that would make it so much easier. But I didn't know that I could fix that. I really haven't played with stuff like this, and once I started kind of getting into it, and I told myself, sorry for the shaking. Yeah, daily uploads. That's how it started. So it's like, do daily uploads to learn how to do this stuff, and then you'll just kind of pick up some weird stuff along the way. And it's like, I did a lot of research. I found a lot of videos on YouTube of different people talking about different things in regards to starting a YouTube channel, trying to keep it going, etc. and so on. And it's like, I found different stuff on how to troubleshoot the microphone issue. I found videos when I was trying to set this up, because I only got the cord yesterday. But I found a bunch of videos on how to try to set this up. It's like, it didn't exactly go well, but I found a bunch of videos on how to try to figure out how to get the recording going on the Xbox. There's so many different things out there that you can learn and use. And it's like, even though you don't have the same setup as whoever with their fancy microphone and their fancy camera, and this is how you set it up, it's like, you can take basic information from what they're saying and make it work for your crazy... I didn't use duct tape, but there is tape there. This is literally just a piece of electrical tape. And then, of course, I told you about the carpet tape that's on the back of these. Didn't exactly hold well enough, but holds enough to where it's like the binder clips keep it up, and then the tape keeps it in place-ish. So, yeah, you could literally do the same thing. Or just take the spirit of Makesgiving. I was gonna say Make-A-Ween. It's not Make-A-Ween, it's Makesgiving. You can take that same spirit and literally make anything that you're trying to do. It's like, you want a craft studio. You can do it. It may seem crazy, you may think that you don't have all the parts, but just assess what you have, and then assess what you think you need, and try to figure out. It's like one piece at a time. That's how it goes. It's like one piece at a time. I knew I needed a microphone, so I tried. Initially, this microphone, I didn't even think of this initially. Initially, I clipped this microphone to the top of that orange pair of scissors and had this little box sitting in front of me to do audio recording. It was stupid, but it worked. And then I realized that, oh, there's this arm that it moves, it bends. I can get this in different positions, because it's like if I was, when I recorded the first couple of rounds of Solitaire on the computer, it's like I had it, like, here-ish. But I had a lot of stuff that I recorded off of the tablet. So I just kind of moved this downward so I could sit and mess with the tablet and still record the microphone audio. So it's like, yeah, again, stupid. It doesn't really work the greatest. It's not like the perfect mic, because yeah, you still hit it and you'll get noise off of it, etc. and so on. I mean, all the cords hanging off of it jangle and whatnot, but so it works. And I can just try to do what I can to add. I haven't needed to, but I can add different compressors and whatnot in regards to throwing the microphone audio through the same program that I make my music through. And poof, there you go. Oh, and I should mention, literally everything that I've been using as far as software, the good editor on the Pooter, and the cheap editor on the tablet, and the music software, etc. and so on, free. All free. And yeah, you have to watch ads to use different things, etc. and so on, but who cares? Same with the drawing apps too. It's like I drew that and I had to watch. Actually, no. I think that one I didn't use any of the paid stuff. So, but you can access different stuff just by watching an ad, and then next thing you know, you have this really cool brush, and it doesn't take it away once you use it. It just takes your ability to use it away after the ad timer goes away. But yeah, I've just been using free stuff available to me, and weird stuff that I've had. It's like, I had that a while ago. Because I can't do earbuds. I do the over-the-ear thing because for whatever reason I have small ear holes, and my ear holes hurt when I use earbuds. But who cares, right? You can use earbuds, they come free with your phone, right? Well, I think some of them do, but they're trying to make some of them an extra fee. Shocker. But yeah, it's like, I got those on sale on Amazon probably 4 years ago, and somehow managed to keep them up and running because I have a tendency of breaking over your headphones. But hey, they still work, and I managed to fix the audio latency by just plugging it in, so it's like works with the tablet, works with the computer, doesn't matter. There's a plug-in on the back of the speaker that I'll use for listening to audio with the headphones. There's a plug-in, like I said, on the top of the tablet where it's like I can use the headphones to listen to different stuff. When I do the audio recording while, the voice recording, while I'm playing something on the tablet and it's recording that audio, I'll use the headphones on the tablet so it doesn't affect, the sounds from that doesn't affect the voice recording. And it's like, it's the weird things that you just kind of learn as you play around with this. It's quick. Well, I wouldn't say it's quick. It does take a little bit of time to kind of learn how some of these things go together, but it's something to where it's like, I didn't think that I had the inclination for it, but once I played around with it, I realized that yes, I have the inclination for making things that would make anyone that knows that this is just a scary setup. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking like crazy. This is a scary setup. And I know. I was very scared doing this because it's like, that's not really the cheapest camera. It's not like the most expensive, but still. But I will, to quell a lot of other folks too. It's like, this calmed me down. This extra piece here is, the only reason it's here is just to make sure that this thing doesn't fall forward. Not to mention there's also another safety aspect to this. I've got the strap on this, and each side of the strap is in these binder clips. I clipped it down, so if unfortunately something happens and this is screwed into the base of this, if that strips for any reason, if this piece breaks and there's nothing stopping that camera from falling, the straps are clipped in, so it should catch it feasibly, maybe. Let's just push that back in a little better. So, yeah. Well, like I said, the basic gist of it is just try it. Whatever it is. It could be, like I said, recording setup. It could be a crafting setup. Could be, you know, whatever the case may be. Whatever your inclination is, that you want to do something, but you don't know if you knew that you don't have the proper setup. Well, every time you looked it up, everybody has this fancy setup, and you think you need a fancy setup. It's like, you don't. You really don't. You just need a setup that works for you. And it may be goofy, but when you're in the learning process of trying to decide, it's like all of the issues with the setup that you initially start with, it's like you're not going to know the issues until you go through it, and then it's like, okay, I know what my problems are, and I'm going to brainstorm on how to fix it. And then you just fix it. It's no big deal. And then eventually, maybe, if it works out well enough, you can afford the nice studio with the nice things that you don't have to worry about your expensive camera or whatever falling and potentially this whole thing being ruined and you're gonna have to start over. But yeah. It's no big deal. Just work with what you got. You've got this. Just try it. And the usual, make sure you got tape, make sure you got, you know, sometimes wires help. Like twistable wire, like they call it baling wire, you can use jewelry wire, etc. and so on. Just the goofy, like, fixes and stuff like that. Just make sure you got tape, make sure you got, like, some weights, etc. and so on, and you can pretty much come up with whatever you need. It may not be the greatest, but it works. So, don't be afraid of, you know, not having all the nice fancy things to do what you want to do. If you want to do it, you can do it. You got this. Just make it happen, Captain. Anyway, hope you have a good day, and you have a really fun Makesgiving. I keep wanting to say Make-A-Ween. Oh my gosh. But you know what I mean. You've got it. Keep going. You can push through it. And if you're interested in any more fun makes this month, like I said, prospectively, Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I want the, like, main Makesgiving videos to come out, and sprinkled every once in a while when I get a wild hair, I might do gaming videos. But yeah, so if you just want to hang around and see some of the DIY stuff, jewelry making, Might play with some sculpting. Just kind of random stuff, honestly. But a lot of stuff. Anything that I can figure out how to film here, I will try to show you, and hopefully you can actually take that information and do something cool with it. But yeah, like I said, hope you have a good day, and hope to see you again for Thanksgiving. This is Zelda K, signing out.